بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. My dear student, greeting to you all. Today, inshallah, we will carry on with our revision for the third year. My name is teacher Inas Al-Hadathi. So as you can see, this is the second revision in your third semester. Make sure for this part that you have your books, book number 4 right next to you with some pencils and some papers in case you need to take some notes. For any reason, if you miss any of the lessons before, that's fine because this will be your chance to catch all the information you've missed before. We will try to cover, as you can see, we will try to cover all the information we had in unit number 2, travel and transportation. So in this lesson, we'll be using prepositions of time. So we have tried to revise this several times, in, on, and at, how to use them. Also use adverbs of frequency correctly. And of course, in order to do that, we need to have different kind of exercises. Okay, so let's start. This is your book, book number 4. Make sure you have your books right next to you. And this is the cover of the unit that we're trying to cover. You will start, or this unit will start at page 21 up to page 34 or 33. Okay, so this is a revision for unit number 2. As you can see, we will start with date. What do I mean by date? I mean a certain day of the week. For example, Saturday morning, or 21st of August, or 1996. Okay, so I have a certain date. In order to talk about that date or to present that date, we need to use something that's called preposition of time. How to use preposition of time correctly, or what kind or how many prepositions of time you might use. We have 3. In, let's read what are the prepositions of time. What is the usage of that preposition? We might use in the morning, so part of a day. In the afternoon, in the evening, so we might use in with parts of the day, morning, afternoon, evening. Also February, January, Shawwal, so with months. Spring, summer, fall, winter, with seasons. 2013, with a year. 1990s, decades. So we might use in with these things. Let's try to revise them. Parts of the day, months, seasons, and years. Okay, so this is the first preposition, in. As for the second one, as you can see, I have Sunday. So with days, on Sunday, on Tuesday, on Friday, or on Monday morning, on Tuesday afternoon, on Wednesday evening. So here I have a parts of the day with a day. Okay, on my birthday, a holiday, May 5th. Okay, so we often use in with a day and with parts of the day that's related to the day and the specific date. Okay, as for the last one, at is often used with also parts of the day, at night, at noon, or at midday, at midnight. Or with time, at 10:30, at 9:15, at 11:30, at bedtime, at sunrise, at sunset, at the weekend. Okay, so here at is used with time and with parts of the day. Okay, now let me check your understanding. Complete the sentences with the correct preposition. At, in, or on. So let's start with number 1. Dinner is usually 7 o'clock. Here I have 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is a time. So we all know that with time we'll be using at. So let's read the sentence. Dinner is usually at 7 o'clock. Very good. Number 2. We have long holidays. Summer. Here I have a season. With season, we use in. Very good. We have long holidays in summer. Number 3. When have we got biology? Friday mornings. Friday mornings. On. Very good. On Friday mornings. Number 4. There is a school party 31st of January. Very good, because I have a day here on 31st. Number 5. We are the 21st century. We are in the 21st century. Very good. Number 6. The game is 9:45. I have a time at 9:45. So the game is at 9:45. Excellent. Now, here I need you to classify. To your right, I have all the words. Afternoon, 7:55. Now, you need to pay attention to this one. Here I have Friday afternoon, spring, 30th of September, weekdays, midday, 1995. Okay, so let's start with the first one. I have afternoon, that's a part of the day, right? So here it is used with very good, in the afternoon. Very good, in the afternoon. 7:55, have a time. At 7:55, very good. How about the next one? Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, I have a day. Very good, Friday afternoon. Next, I have a season, spring. In the spring, very good. Next, 30th of September, I have a day. Very good, on 30th of September. Next, I have weekdays. On weekdays, midday. At midday, and I have a year 1995. At 1995. Very good. Now, here also we took this one. How much and how many. How to use them, when to use them. Okay? How do I use how much correctly? How do I use how many correctly now? We must learn something that's called countable and uncountable. For countable here, I'm referring to things we can count, like books, like pencils, apples. Okay? For the uncountable, these are things that I cannot count. I cannot give the exact number. For example, rice, sugar, water. Okay? Now, here are two examples of countable and uncountable. To your left, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 apples. 3 apples. Countable nouns. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 apples. While to your right, I have milk. Now, can we count milk? Can we give the exact number of the milk? The answer is no, because it's completely impossible. We cannot count it. So, it's an uncountable noun. We will refer by using some milk. We need some milk. But here I need 3 apples, or I have 3 apples. We can count apples. Okay? Here are more examples of the uncountable nouns. An apple is a singular. Some apples or 3 apples are plural. While for the uncountable, they always go with singular form. Coffee. So they only go with a singular. We cannot add s. Coffee, milk, money, and pasta. Now, to ask about the quantity, for the countable, we'll be using how many apples do you have? I have 3 apples. How many? As for the uncountable, we'll be using how much. How much coffee do you drink? How much money do you need? How much pasta do you eat? And so on. Okay? These are different kinds of countable items. As in people, I can count the police officer, family members. For shirts, cars, balls, pencils. As for animals, I can give the exact number of the animals. I have 3 cats, I have 3 fishes, and so on. Same for some kinds of food. Bananas, cupcakes, I have 5 eggs, I have 6 strawberries, and so on. These are different examples of countable nouns. As for the uncountable here, for example, liquids, water, honey, butter, oil, milk. I cannot count these things. As for some kind of food, fish, meat, bread, cheese, they are uncountable. Same for rice, salt, pepper, okay, and other words as well. Now, I need your help with this one, okay? How orange juice do you want? Now, you need to help me to decide. Do I use much or many? Now, look at the thing here I'm asking about. Can we count it? Can we count the orange juice? Any kind of juice? Is it countable? The answer is no. It's uncountable. That's why we used much. How much orange juice do you want? But if we are asking about the oranges itself, the fruit, then that's a different case. We'll be using many, okay? But because we're asking about a juice, how much orange juice do you want? Now, how about this one? How biscuits did you eat? Now, look at the boy's plate. Here I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perhaps we have 8 cookies. So I was able to count the cookies. I have 8 cookies. So the answer here is how. How many biscuits did you eat? How many? Maybe I ate 3 or I ate 2 cookies. Okay, they are still countable, a countable noun. Okay, as for this one, on the top, as you can see, I have this singular. To your left, I have the countable one. How do I say or refer to them by using a or an? There is an ice cream, there is an apple, there is a burger, there is a banana, there is a chicken, there is a tomato. As for the uncountable, we use some. There is some milk, there is some honey, there is some pasta, there is some bread, and so on. As for the plural here, as you can see, all the items here are countable. There are some eggs, there are some cherries, there are some olives, there are some carrots, there are some bananas, and so on. So I can count them. That's why we are using R and S for plural. Now, here I need your help. Write the words in the correct column. I have 2 columns here, countable and uncountable. Let's read. Milk, apples, oranges, salad, bananas, potatoes, chicken, water, eggs, and bread. Let's start with the word milk, for example. What do you think? Countable or uncountable? Actually, milk is uncountable. Very good. Uncountable. How about apples? How about apples? Are they countable or uncountable? Actually, apples are countable. That's why we have S for plural. Apples. How about oranges? How about oranges? I know you can get this one. It's same as an apple. They are both countable. Very good. How about salad? Salad. Salad is uncountable. We cannot add S and we cannot count salad. Bananas. Bananas. Again, they are like the apples and oranges. I can count how many bananas we have. How about the potatoes? Potatoes are countable. Very good. They are countable. Now notice that we add E here, not just S, E, and then S. Chicken. chicken. Here I'm referring to chicken. That's something that we eat, not the animal. That's why it is uncountable. How about water? Water is, again, uncountable. How about eggs? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. Very good. And the last food or type of food here, I have bread. Bread is uncountable. Very good. Bread is uncountable. Okay, let's read our answers for the countable nouns: apples, oranges, bananas, potatoes, eggs. As for the uncountable, milk, salad, chicken, water, and bread. Very good. Now, sometimes we have irregular nouns that are treated differently. Still they are plural, but we don't form it in a regular way. That means that we don't add s. It is formed differently. For example, child is singular, children is plural, mouse is singular, mice are plural. Now, as you can see, they are still countable, but we form the plural in a different way. That's why we call them irregular nouns. Okay? We have different examples, and you can browse your books to look for different irregular nouns: person, people, tooth, teeth, foot, feet, man, men, sheep, sheep, leaf, leaves, and so on. Okay? Now, here to your left, I have all the nouns, but they are singular. And to your right, I have all the nouns, and they are plural. I try to give you the first one as an example: man, men. How about child? Child is singular. What's the plural? The plural is children. Very good. The plural is children. Here I try to help you by putting the picture. I have the exact same picture: deer and deer. That means that deer is singular, deer are plurals. Okay, without adding the s. Leaf is singular, leaves are plural. Wolf is singular, wolves are plural. Mouse is singular, mice are plural. Now here I have fish, and their fish is singular and fish are plural. And for the last one here I have tooth, 1 tooth, and I have three teeth. Very good, my dear students. So we call these irregular nouns because they are formed differently. Also, we talked about adverbs of frequency. What do I mean by adverbs of frequency? They are adverbs that we use with the present simple. Okay? For example, always, that's 100%. Moving to always till 0, never, I have different percentage. If I ask you, how often do you pray? You will say, I always pray. How often do you lie? I never lie. Okay? And in between I have different percentage. For example, usually is 90%, generally is 80, often is 70, sometimes is 50, occasionally is 30, seldom 15, rarely is 5%, and never one is 0%. Okay? Now, how often do you read the book? Sometimes or often? What do you think? Now, by counting the blocks here, I often read a book. Very good. Number 2, how often does Hind go to the mall? What do you think? Here I have 3 blocks. Is it always or sometimes? Very good. Sometimes, because sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. Number 3, how often does Jude go to bed late? Here I have empty blocks. So that means 0%, she never goes to bed late. And for the last one, how often do you do your homework? I have a full block here. That means the answer is always. I always do my homework. Okay? So these are the same exercise but with different methods. Okay, I have full stars. That means I'm talking about always. Now let's go less. After that, I have usually. Very good. Next, I have often, sometimes, rarely, and for the 0%, that is never. Very good. That is never. Now, let's try to revise what we have learned in this lesson, my dear student. We try to cover the most important information where we talked about prepositions of time, in, on, and at. Also, we talked more about countable and uncountable, how to ask a question by using how much and how many. We introduce irregular nouns that are formed differently, and also we practice using adverbs of frequency. So that was my revision, my dear student. Until I see you next time, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.